In my last video, we talked about 3 different kinds of synergies that exist within Vermintide and gave some examples on pairings of careers who fit within those synergies. I mentioned how it's surprisingly simple to create full team comps that contain all 3 types of synergies, and today I'd like to show off a few different team comps that highlight this. If you haven't seen my previous video on the different kinds of synergies within Vermintide, I'd highly recommend you go and watch it first because you'll probably be confused if you don't. Before we dive into it though, a very important disclaimer. When it comes to a team composition, the most important thing is comfort level with the career you and your team is playing. It doesn't matter if you have the best team comp in the world. If you or any of your team is playing a career they are not comfortable on, you will never do as good as if you just play a random team comp with everyone playing characters that they are comfortable with. Don't ever try to force a team comp, but rather alter it to fit the needs and likes of you and your team instead. But without further ado, let's talk about some team comps. The first comp is what I like to call the temp HP team, which consists of a sister, warrior priest, mercenary, and ranger vet. First, let's talk about their passive role synergies. Warrior priest is the tank of the group who meets the horde head on and makes room for either the ranger vet or sister to take care of specials. Mercenary acts as a flex, switching between frontlining and special killing whenever necessary, and ranger vet acts as the group's main boss DPS. Now, let's talk about their active build synergies. The entire point of this comp is to make it so easy to gain temp HP that you will essentially be at full health for the entire run, which is done like this. By simply existing with her passive, Sister grants everyone a mini Boon of Shalia for free. Everyone also runs Boon of Shalia, which grants the entire party 55% increased healing effectiveness for the entire run. Mercenary runs ready for action to ensure minimal amount of downtime for his ult, using it instantly whenever it is off cooldown, while Ranger Vet uses Exhilarating Vapors to further help his team keep their health up, as well as using Masterwork Pistol to pump out boss damage. Warrior Priest runs From Fury Fortitude to transform all of that temp HP into green HP, and Sister uses Black Venom Thicket to help boost the team's DPS. Last but not least, what about their active role synergies? Depending on who you're looking at, they have different kinds of synergies. Mercenary synergizes well with the entire team as he is the team's health dispenser, using his ult whenever it comes off cooldown to keep his team topped off. Warrior Priest synergizes well with the Ranger Vet and Sister as he creates room for them to do their job special killing. However, he also synergizes well with the entire team as he can make temp HP permanent, and if the team lets him get the killing blow on Chaos Warriors and bosses, he can turn a health bar from all temp HP to all green HP in a very short amount of time. Sister synergizes well with the entire team due to her free Boon of Shalia buff and Black Venom debuff, but she synergizes especially well with Ranger Vet as she can keep a boss staggered and debuffed for him with Black Venom Thicket, boosting his boss damage, which makes up for the otherwise slight lack of boss DPS in this group. Finally, Ranger Vet synergizes well with the entire team as he can top off the team's health if necessary, as well as be the main source of boss damage in the team. He could also aid the team further in survivability with his ails or damage with his potion drop talent. Of course, this isn't the only team comp that synergizes well with each other. Another example is the Crunchy Crit Squad, which consists of a Shade, Huntsman, Witch Hunter, and Ironbreaker. What are their passive role synergies? Ironbreaker tanks and makes room for the Huntsman to do his job killing specials, while the Shade pumps out elite and boss DPS, and Witch Hunter is doing a fantastic job flexing and doing whatever needs to be done. Active build synergies? Huntsman runs either Longbow or Repeater Pistol to kill specials, while also running Make 'em Bleed to help Shade out with the boss DPS. Shade runs Dual Daggers and Exploit Weakness, left-clicking bosses once to apply dots to get that extra damage from the talent. Witch Hunter runs Wild Fervor and Unending Hunt to give the entire team as much increased crit chance as possible for the entire run, while Ironbreaker uses Dringbarazi Oath to buff his team's power and let them shred everything in their path. And finally, active role synergies. Ironbreaker taunts hordes, patrols, and bosses and holds them steady for the Shade and Huntsman to wreak havoc on them while the Witch Hunter watches the flank. Ironbreaker and Witch Hunter passively buff their entire team by just existing, while the Huntsman debuffs his enemies by shooting and critting them, further boosting the team's DPS. There are many different kinds of team comps that synergize well with each other, but rather than talk about them all myself, I want to hear some from you, which is why in my final Synergy Week video, I'll be sharing different team comps from the community. If you want to submit your own, leave it down in the comments below, or join my Discord using the link in the description and we can talk about it there. Thanks for watching, and see y'all next time.